सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परम ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम सच्चिदानंदरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्च अर्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवण त्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्त देवताभ्यो नमः ऋषिभ्यो नमः मुनिभ्यो नमः गुरुभ्यो नमः ब्राह्मणेभ्यो नमः नदीनदेभ्यो नमः आचार्येभ्यो नमः तीर्थेभ्यो नमः क्षेत्रेभ्यो नमः शास्त्रेभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुक ब्रह्मर्षे सूतमहामुने शौनकादृषिभ्यो त्रयोदशीभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो आदित्याय नवग्रहदेवताभ्यो मत्स्यादेवतारेभ्यो नमः। ओम दक्षिणामूर्ति दत्तात्रेय हयग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री आदिपराशक्ति मात्रे नमो आद्य शंकराचार्यवर्यादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। माता पितृदेवताभ्यो नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कंदः मुक्तिर्हित्वा अन्यथा रूपम स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ एकविंशोऽध्यायः। श्री भगवानुवाच Chant from 32. रजसत्वतमो निष्ठाः रजसत्वतमोजुषः उपासते हि इन्द्रमुख्यान् देवादीन् न तथैव माम इष्ट्वेह देवता यज्ञैः गत्वा रंस्यामहे दिवि तस्यान्त इह भूयास्म महाशाला महाकुलाः। एवं पुष्पितया वाचा व्याक्षिप्तमनसां नृणां मानिनां चातिस्तब्धानां मद्वार्तापि न रोचते। वेदा ब्रह्मात्मविषयाः त्रिकाण्डविषया इमे परोक्षवादा ऋषयः परोक्षं मम च प्रियं शब्दब्रह्म सुदुर्बोधं प्राणेन्द्रियमनोमयम् अनन्तपारं गम्भीरं दुर्विगाह्यं समुद्रवद मयोपबृंहितं भूम्ना ब्रह्मणानन्तशक्तिना भूतेषु घोषरूपेण विशेषूर्णेव लक्ष्यते। यथोर्णनाभिर्हृदयात् ऊर्णामुद्वमते मुखात् आकाशात् घोषवान् प्राणः मनसा स्पर्शरूपिण छन्दोमयो अमृतमयः सहस्रपदवीं प्रभुः ओङ्कारात् व्यञ्जितस्पर्श सरोष्मान्तस्थभूषितां विचित्रभाषा विदतां छन्दोभिश्चतुरुत्तरैः अनन्तपारां बृहतीं सृजत्याक्षिपते स्वयं गायत्रुष्णिग् अनुष्टुप् च बृहती पङ्क्तिरेव च त्रिष्टुप् जगत्यति छन्दः यत्यष्ट्यति जगद्विराट् किं विधत्ते किमाचष्टे किमनूद्य विकल्पयेत् इति अस्या हृदयं लोके नान्यो मद्वेद कश्चन। मां विधत्ते भिदत्ते मां विकल्प्यापोह्यते तु अहम् एतावान् सर्ववेदार्थः शब्द आस्थाय मां भिदाम मायामात्रमनूद्यान्ते प्रतिषिध्य प्रसीदति मायामात्रमनूद्यान्ते प्रतिषिध्य प्रसीदति। इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायाम् एकादशस्कन्धे एकविंशोऽध्यायः। ओम श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। अथ द्वाविंशोऽध्यायः। उद्धव उवाच कथितत्वानि विश्वेश विश्वेश संख्यातानि ऋषिभिः प्रभो नवैकादश पञ्चत्रीणि आत्थत्वमिह शुश्रुम केचित् षड्विंशतिं प्राहुः अपरे पञ्चविंशतिं सप्तैके नवषट् केचित् चत्वार्येकादशापरे केचित् सप्तदश प्राहुः षोडशैके त्रयोदश एतावत्त्वं हि सङ्ख्यानाम् ऋषयो यद्विवक्षया गायन्ति पृथगायुष्मन् इदं नो वक्तुमर्हसि। श्रीभगवानुवाच युक्तं च सन्ति सर्वत्र भाषन्ते ब्राह्मणा यथा मायां मदीयाम् उद्गृह्य वदतां किं नु दुर्घटम् नैतदेवं यथार्थत्वं यदहं वच्मि तत्तथा एवं विवदतां हेतुं शक्तयो मे दुरत्ययाः यासां व्यतिकराद् आसीत् विकल्पो वदतां पदं प्राप्ते शमदमेप्येति वादस्तमनुशाम्यते परस्परानुप्रवेशात् तत्त्वानां पुरुषर्षभा पौर्वापर्यप्रसङ्ख्यानं यथा वक्तुर्विवक्षितम् एकस्मिन्न विदृश्यन्ते प्रविष्टानीतराणि च पूर्वस्मिन् वा परस्मिन् वा तत्त्वे तत्त्वानि सर्वशः पौर्वापर्यमतो मीशां प्रसङ्ख्यानमभीप्सतां यथा विविक्तं यद्वक्त्रं गृह्णीमो युक्तिसम्भवात् अनाद्यविद्यायुक्तस्य पुरुषस्यात्मवेदनं स्वतो न सम्भवेद् अन्यः तत्त्वज्ञो ज्ञानतो भवेत् पुरुषेश्वरयोरत्र न वैलक्षण्यमण्वपि तदन्यकल्पनाथ ज्ञानं च प्रकृतेर्गुणः प्रकृतिर्गुणसाम्यं वै प्रकृतेर्नात्मनो गुणाः सत्वं रजस्तम इति स्थित्युत्पत्त्यन्तहेतवः सत्वं ज्ञानं रजः कर्म तमो अज्ञानमिहोच्यते गुणव्यतिकरः कालः स्वभावः सूत्रमेव च पुरुषः प्रकृतिर्व्यक्तम् अहङ्कारो नभो निलः ज्योतिरापः क्षितिरिति तत्त्वान्युक्तानि मेनव श्रोत्रं त्वग्दर्शनं घ्राणः जिह्वेति ज्ञानशक्तयः वाक्पाण्युपस्था पाय्वङ्घ्रिः कर्माण्यङ्गोभयं मनः शब्दस्पर्शो रसो गन्धो रूपं चेत्यर्थजातयः गत्युक्त्युत्सर्गशिल्पानि कर्मायतनसिद्धयः सर्गादौ प्रकृतिर्हि अस्यां कार्यकारणरूपिणे सत्त्वादिभिर्गुणैर्दत्ते पुरुषो व्यक्त ईक्षते व्यक्तादयो विकुर्वाण धातवः पुरुषे क्षया लब्धवीर्याः सृजन्त्यण्डं संहताः प्रकृतेर्बलात् सप्तैव धातवः इति तत्रार्थाः पञ्चखादयः ज्ञानमात्मोभयाधारः ततो देहेन्द्रियासवः षडित्यत्रापि भूतानि पञ्चषष्ठः परः पुमान् तैर्युक्त आत्मसम्भूतैः सृष्ट्वेदं समुपाविशतो चत्वार्येवेति तत्रापि तेज आपोन्नमात्मनः जातानि तैरिदं जातं जन्मावयविनः खलु संख्याने सप्तदशके भूतमात्रेन्द्रियाणि च पञ्चपञ्चैकमनसा आत्मा सप्तदशः स्मृतः तद्वत् षोडशसङ्ख्याने आत्मैव मन उच्यते भूतेन्द्रियाणि पञ्चैव मन आत्मा त्रयोदश एकादशत्व आत्मासौ महाभूतेन्द्रियाणि च अष्टौ प्रकृतयश्चैव पुरुषश्च नवेत्यथा इति नाना प्रसङ्ख्यानं तत्त्वानां ऋषिभिः कृतं सर्वं न्याय्यं युक्तिमत्वात् विदुषां किम् अशोभनम् ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम श्री भागवत शरणं मम श्री सद्गुरु शरणं मम श्री सूता शरणं मम श्री शुकदेव शरणं मम श्री व्यास शरणं मम श्री नारद शरणं मम श्री कुमार शरणं मम श्री ब्रह्मा शरणं मम श्री विष्णु शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं। स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्ति अन्रसः, अदप्पिबन्धु सद्भाग्याः मामुञ्चतकर्हिषित्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण एकादश स्कन्धः। मुक्तिरित्वान्यथा रूपम् स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ एकविंशोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच। Bhagavad Guru Kripa that we are daily touching Shastra. We are daily remembering the Gurus. We are daily reminded of our goal and means. We are daily, thus are in contact, touch with the Bhagavan or Paramatma. Then we are also going through our own ignorances, going through our own prarabdhas. And this is how evolution happens to everyone. The addition of spirituality. And as the spirituality becomes spread and becomes deepened, to that extent, the worldliness slowly goes away from us. This is how we slowly rise from the Maya created worldliness into the God giving spirituality. Let it happen, let it allow. So the Guru, the God are taking care of us. When we reduce and minimize doing the things which are opposite to Him, which are opposite to sadhana. That's how little care we take. And wherever, whenever possible, even little, with our Purushartha Samarthya, we add extraness in our sadhana, extraness in our little of contemplation, little extra thing we add in our prayer. That's how slowly, steadily we go on deleting, select and deleting non-positive and depositing the positive. We do it. Then as the positive grows, if not this life, maybe next life or next to next life, then guna wise, if you see, Shuddha Sattva Guna will come to us. Sadgunas wise, if you see, all the Sadgunas of the forgiveness, the kindness, all those things will come. Energy level, you see, it will be maximum for us. Dehendriya Manabuddhi, all of them sharp, subtle, and healthy. Then the surroundings also are very conducive to us. And the Guru comes to us in our life. And he was teaching the same knowledge for us from many lives. But in that particular life, in a best manner, we will listen. In a best manner, we analyze. In the best manner, we understand. Wait for that life. It can be this itself, it can be next. And then that clarity, because of Shuddha Sattva Guna, makes us visualize Paramatma so conspicuously everywhere. Then the doubts will, that's the statement when that sloka says, Bhedyate Hrudaya Grantihi. There is no avidya, there is no kamana, there is no karma. Very calm, quiet personality. Chidyante Sarva Samshayaha, he is seeing Paramatma, he is seeing his Shakti, he is able to observe and understand the world is nothing but imposition on him. Therefore, there is no doubt about him whether the Lord is there or not, whether the world is real or unreal. These Samshayas are so spashta rupa clear for him. We all are now just coming to the information level. Sadhana gives those glimpses that removes the Samshayas. Because anything when you do and experience, then the samshayas go away. Till that time, those doubts remain only. Then, as he is freeing himself from the samshaya because of the answers or the experiences, then all the samskara, new one is not forming. The old ones are exhausting through prarabdha. Therefore, kshiyante chasya karmani. All the karma samskaras go away. His antakarna is free from all those inner forces. And the mind intellect is no more fluttering because it understood the facts. And then ignorance is gone, no desire prompting, no agitated karma, therefore no Hrudaya Granthi. So that's what that mantra said. That stage will come to us when we this way pursue consistently. We understand all those Shaunakadi rishis were listening from How Suta Mahamuni for how many years? 1,000 years they heard the Puranas. Don't be afraid, that will not take so many years. Sahasra Samam Asata. You read it in the beginning? 1,000 years they sat. He went on giving. They were Sahasra Samam means as long as they were alive. The Vakta, the Romaharshanaji and Suta Mahamuni, they were going on saying in that they got also refinement, they got also experience. Audience also, they were coming, they were listening, they are enlightened. The new group of people will come, they also listen. So it was going on happening. Even now, wherever Bhagavata is spoken, Puranas are spoken, in that person, Suta Mahamuni, Shukadeva are always there. If it is not Bhagavatam, Suta Mahamuni is there, and any Purana of that, whoever is the Vakta. For this Bhagavata, the main Vakta is Shukadevji. So Shukadevji is there. Shukarupa Prabodhagnya Sarva Shastra Visharada Etat Katha Prakashena Malajnanam Vinashaya, as we chant in the earlier mantra. Okay. Now, yesterday, how we delude ourselves by ourselves, how we delude ourselves by giving others chance, we have understood. Only this is Pushpita Vakya, all the flowery language, then Falashruti, all the different lokas and anubhutis are put in front of us and their glory is sung. Because of these two, in us, those type of thoughts, those type of sankalpa, those type of desire, those type of plannings happen, and then we involve in them. And we get addicted to, habituated to it. Now, when we get the addiction of easy sukha bhoga through indriyas, to give up them and take up spiritual path becomes a little tough. Therefore, we say very openly, बाजाप्ता कहते हैं इसको हिंदी में, आराम से हम कहते हैं गुरुओं को कि इस जन्म में नहीं होगा हमसे, हम फंस गए हैं, हम धस गए हैं, हमने कोशिश किया बाहर आने का, हमसे नहीं हो रहा है, गुरु महाराज 1000 जन्म के बाद आना, तब सोचेंगे. Because they are so much involved in these things, it has become comfortable. When you open the eye, you see the world. It is so comfortable to see the world. But to say that the world and forms and names are mithya, therefore you close the eyes and see the inner self, it becomes difficult because you don't want to. मजा आ रहा है आंख खोल कर देखने से. That's why कश्चित् धीरः प्रत्यगात्मानमैक्षत आवृत्त चक्षुः. So this is how one gets fully deluded. And to his fortune or misfortune, the world into which he is sent, entire company around him also are of same type. They also are, so perhaps they are more indulgent than this person. And they look to be happy, exalted, enjoying, smiling, laughing, giggling, celebrating. He feels like what is in spirituality that Swami talks and gives guided meditation. We have to sit and listen. What is maja in there? There's no maja, it's only saja. Idhar hai maja. That's how he also feels. And once the mind is enchanted in this Sukha Bhoga, and it with its power puts in its own control the intellect also, thereafter no going towards spirituality at all. Totally their life is filled only with this. That's how all the people you can see. So where it all started is Pushpita Vakya or Falashruti Vakya. And to such people, Madvarta abhi narochate. Bhagavan very exhaustively said, they don't even like to listen, desire to listen, interested to listen, Madvarta about me. See, tell the people in your own house, come and listen to satsang. Madvarta abhi narochate. Satsang. They go to temple. They go sit there, get prasadam, and that all vibhuti chandan. उसमें कोई विचारण करने की बात नहीं है ना. There's no listening, there's no contemplation in that. Go stand in line. In the line also, go on thinking about world only. Your turn comes, you give the flowers you brought. Pujari takes and you wait for some time. It does आरती, give प्रसाद दे दिया, लेकर आ गए. वो बोला पत्नी ने तो 3 चक्कर लगाए मंदिर का. प्रणाम करो बोला. He did pranam. She said not to me, to the God. अच्छा okay. Is it not? That anyway they do. In that there's no vicharana about why the Lord is there, what is the meaning of the Lord, what is the relation to the world, what is the relation to me. Is the Lord an object of perception or the subject itself? ये तो उनको तो मत वार्ता भी न रोचते. and sit there with all devotional devotion, with gratitude, sing one bhajan for the Lord, or do a 10 minutes of japa Om Namo Narayanaya. He says, let's go back quickly, बारिश हो रहा है, ये हो रहा है, या घर जाना है, ये आएगा, वो आएगा, ये काम करना, वो काम करना. This is how the people are. Madhvarta Vinarochade, the so-called Chandan Vibhuti type of devotees who go to temple regularly. And the others not even go to the temple in their own street. The temple is there before their birth onwards. But साल में, 2 साल में, 3 साल में एक बार जाते. Now you understand how the power of Maya through the mind as Pushpita Vakya from his own sankalpas or listen from others will push us only into the worldliness. That is what Evam Pushpitaya Vacha Vyakshipta Manasamrunam Maninam Cha Atistabdhanam. These two words we always say. Bhagavan himself particularly said here. Mani is so much identified with his own upadhi related involvements. And try to touch him, Atistabdhanam. He raises his voice and arrogance, tries to shut us or send us out to. Mani and Atistabdha. These are the very biggest obstructions because of which we are not ready to change ourselves from the worldliness to spirituality. That's why right from the beginning, everything is Lord's, everything is Lord's. मेरा कुछ नहीं है. इस भावना से उस मान को कम करना है. And also by being a devotee, humble servant, the स्तब्धता को निकाल देना. अहंकार. Then life may be successful होएंगे हम, spirituality slowly enters into us. Other gurus feel like teaching those people who are अभिमान रहिता and अहंकार रहिता or स्तब्धता रहिता. आध्यात्म रहिता, स्तब्धता रहिता. Gurus feel like taking them into confidence. उनका teaching वहाँ थोड़ा सफल होने का chance. Those are abhimani and stabdha. Gurus don't go even there also. Don't go there means they don't touch this subject. Like when we see people, some of them are in our contact, but they have their own abhimana and their own stabdhata. We smell it, we sense it. Therefore, we say hi to them. We don't dare to tell them Shastra or Satsanga or Vedanta because their heads are somewhere else. They don't receive it. But they are friends, good people. They're not bad. But that way they are stabdha and mani. But the others who are ready to listen, we just scold them and tell, shut up, stop all that, come to class. Listen, satsang, meditate. But it is difficult. If everything is easy, everybody would have done it. Because it is difficult, then only it is called sadhana and you have to do it. But kuch nahi, kar, sir. Then that disciple will do struggling 5 years and then they will get a habit and he will be thankful to Guru. You forced me that day, therefore I could come to this level. If you had given me freedom like you gave it to others, I would have gone like that fellow only into different world. But only to few disciples Guru dares to tell. In my life I didn't find so far even one. So, in this way, evam pushpitaya vacha vyakshipta manasam nrunam maninam cha adhistabdhanam advarta vinarochate. Okay, this is one topic. Now, we are studying about the Veda Rashi. In Veda, what is there? Two things are there. One, the Shabdas. Second is Jnanam. So, through those Shabdas, Bhagavan has given all the Jnanam. And Jnanam is again one, the Tattva Jnanam of Paramatma. Second is the Vyavahara Jnanam of the Jagat. So Vyavahara Jnanam of Jagat is given in the Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda. Tattva Jnana is given in the Jnana Kanda. And they have been attentive. From the Purusha Paramatma, they have come, Purusha Nishwasitam, they say. And in every of the being, whatever the knowledge he has, remember, listen carefully. Whatever the vocal words he is speaking, all of that is outcome of the Veda in his own heart. Vedatmaka Paramatma Purusha is there in his heart. From him only whatever little bit knowledge, whether it is worldly or spiritual, is manifesting in every jiva. So too whatever Shabdas is doing the Ucharana of, and whatever the indication the Shabdas are doing of. Sometimes the Shabda indicates a Vastu, sometimes it indicates a Karma, but sometimes it indicates the emotion or experience, sometimes it indicates a Jnanam. जो कुछ भी शब्द व्यक्त हो रहा है अर्थ सहित सब उनके अंदर जो वेद पुरुष बैठा है उन्हीं के द्वारा आ रहा है. दिस इज व्हाट द सब्जेक्ट इन नेक्स्ट 5-6 श्लोका. सो फर्स्ट इज सेड त्रिकांड विषय में वेदाः ब्रह्मात्मा विषयाः. So superficially they are seen as Trikanda, but all those Trikanda mein, the earlier two Kandas of Upasana Karma are aimed at Jnana Kanda. And in the Jnana Kanda, please remember, it is not only information intellectual that you are Brahma or the Jagat is Mithya or Jagat is Vyapta by Brahma only or the Jagat is like the serpent on the rope on Paramatma. It's not theory. Brahma Atma Vishayaha means Vedas will end their teaching only when they push us into the Brahma Ahamasmi Anubhuti. That is the Vishaya, please remember, to teach which the Vishayas, the Vedas came. To teach which the Paramatma expressed as Vedas. Vedaha, Vedavit, Avyangaha, Vedangaha, Vedavit, Kavihi. So Vedyo Vaidya Sada Yogi or Vedaisha Sarvairahmeva Vedya Vedanta Krutu Veda Videva Chaham. वेदर गीता में भगवान ने कहा या विष्णु सहस्त्रनाम में कहा वेद राशि भी परमात्मा है, वेद के अंदर इंडिकेशन भी परमात्मा है, ज्ञान भी परमात्मा है और वेद का चरम परम जो लक्ष्य है परमात्मा वो भी परमात्मा ही है, परम लक्ष्य भी. वी हैव टू बी वेरी क्लियर अबाउट दीज थिंग्स. सो इमे त्रिकांड विषया वेदाः ब्रह्मात्म विषयाः, not other pushpita vakya is the laksha, though they are there. Already said ki the child is Vaishajya Rochanam. To create interest in the child to have medicine, he is given jaggery or sweet. Giving jaggery or sweet or giving some khilauna are never the goal of mother. Mother's job is to see that that child takes medicine. So to the Shruti Mata's purpose finally is to give us the medicine like a Brahma Jnana, Brahmatma Bodha. Before that, it gives the Jaggery type of Karma Kanda Vishayas, Upasana Kanda Vishayas, and the result of that also. Once we follow the Karma Upasana and get the result, and we enjoy it, the Shruti Mata Guru allows us. After that way, enjoying few lives, then they call us and they ask us, how was that? Wow, it's so wonderful. You told us we did punya, all that, and we went to Swarga. The Sukha Bhoga, so excellent, so excellent. Did you like it? Yeah, very much. Now I just want to inform you, I'm not insisting you, ki million times more joy than this is there in some other place also. For that, you have to do something also. If you are interested, you come. No force at all. First of all, they don't believe. No, no, इसी में मजा है. Then slowly, even that Swarga Bhoga after some time, they also are feeling boring only after some time. In the highest Vedanta also boring. What would about all this? Then that time he remembers, "Hey, Guru said, और कुछ है इससे बढ़कर. So let me try." Then he comes, Guru Maharaj, you said 20,000 lives back that other than this Sukha Bhoga, there is something 10,000 times better than this. Can you say that? I am saying whether you understand or not, I don't know. Then it's called as Vedanta. In that, there is Parabrahma Tattva, which is support of everything. That is there in yourself as an Atma, and that you have to meditate. For that, you have to know Neya, Apya, Heya, Pakya. And Heya you drop, Gneya you gain, Apya you gain, Pakya you dissolve, then you reach it. This is how the process. But try karo. This is how at this time if the Guru is teaching student Vedanta and Vedanta student is very listening carefully, it is the result of earlier following of Upasana and Karma Kanda in which Pushpita Vakya Falashruti was there. And for our fortune, it may be some thousands of lives it may take, but nobody gets stuck up only in a Punya Karma, Upasana Karma. By some default, Bhagavan will eject us out of that and push us into spirituality. होगा उनको कोई कृपा होगा. We ourselves when we seek it, when you contemplate it, we ourselves come. It's our choice. Sometimes what happens, we ourselves are caught up in the world only again and again. Bhagavan koi avatara sakar, he may give us a push. Some experience he gives, which turns and molds us from samsari to the sadhaka. Both ways it is possible. But none will be left out without taking toward the ultimate truth. वो तो assurance है ही. And Lord sends his own powerful Sainyam of so many rishis, munis, gurus, acharyas. They relentlessly work. So much they work, and they know out of it is to mold the jiva's minds towards the truth. But they don't give it up. It's like Gurudev. How many thousands of yajnas he conducted? How many lakhs and lakhs he addressed? How many hundred thousands of hours he has spent? With his own experience, with all his power and love and concern. Out of that, so many slowly got molded. कुछ किसी को बीज लगा है कि इनमें में वो पौधा भी आ गया. Some people, the tree also came. In very few, the up to the flowerness came. One or two, you may be getting even the fruits. That's how it happens. But main is Vedaha Paramatma Vishayaha, though they appear to be Trikanda Vishayaha. Then why then directly it is not said? Why not all the Pushpita Vakya are removed? Because Parokshavadah Vishayaha, Paroksham Mamacha Priyam. They want to be very safe. This Parokshavadattva is so essential thousands and thousand times now, so too it was right from the beginning of creation. Because anything, even though truth it is said pratyaksha rupena, the audience may react. They may get offended. Directly on the face, if you say, oh look, they will become so miserable. Then they will hold the placards and say, "Hamari mange puri karo," ya murdabad, murdabad, or they say, you take your statement back, or they do all hangama. Nowadays, you see, directly if you tell your own children also, they don't listen. What works is Parokshavada. In Paroksha, everything comes. Your prayer to God, Guru, also Paroksha. You are requesting your own Guru to tell your children, also Paroksha. स्वामी जी हम बोल नहीं पा रहे आप बताओ परोक्ष. Then they themselves also through their mutual talk conveying paroksha. मौन रखना भी परोक्ष है. Becoming serious also is paroksha. Then the children understand when that way paroksha. Like when you also don't talk to me, it's a paroksha. Then I understand that you don't want to talk, you that this that whatever. परोक्ष काम करता है. Means it conveys the point or message with less hassles. Paroksha Rupa. And these Vedas also. Because most of them are Pushpita Vakya, Falashuddhi type of people. You can't revolt or fight against them or strongly tell them directly on the face about what you are doing not right. The Jagat which are involved in all Mithya, only Paramatma is true. Straight away you can't say. Because they are in majority, they revolt. Parokshavada. Like all the Christians, they do that only. Pratyaksha Rupa, they don't say they are great. They only try to find fault with all our Hinduism, and that's how they try to convert the people. Anyway, Parokshavadaha Priyaha Devi Rishayaha Paroksham Mamacha Priyam. Okay, that's how, but it is indicated. That's the ultimate goal. You have to catch it. You should be wise, intelligent enough to what is said by Shruti Mata and Rishis. Paroksha Rupa is more important than what is Pratyaksha in front. Like all the social movies, they're all Parokshavada. Pratyaksha Rupa, they are showing movie, but Paroksha Rupa, they are showing some or the other social values. And a patriotic song. It's a Parokshavada. But in that, the indication is what? You also become patriotic like that. Yeah. Now, the worldly objects are very glittering, therefore they are kept in front only. That is Pratyaksha. उनको आंखों से दिखाकर हमको उसमें mesmerize करते हैं. But these things are paroksha. Okay. Now we started yesterday this beautiful topic. Shabda Brahma Sudurbodham Pranendriyam Manomayam Anantaparam Gambhiram Durvigahyam Samudravato. Shabda Brahma is the Veda Mata, Shruti Mata. Sudurbodham is one. Even to find that there is a Vedas. More foreigners are more aware about Vedas than our own Indians. In India, people know Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavata, even Bhagavad Gita also, many other grantha, but very few are there who are aware about Ved. अब देखो पब्लिक में जो सत्संग देने वाले में वेद उपनिषद पे बोलने वाले कितने हैं. They talk Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad values and all, but Veda, because they themselves don't understand. In that they have to talk about Nivrittivada. When they talk Nivritti, the people Nivritti will from their classes. Nobody will sit there. They're afraid. They want public to listen their words. Therefore, they speak all lovely, sweet words. Of course, they are also helpful in creating some dharma, some value, some duty orientation, some devotion, etc. But very few are there. So, Shabda Brahma Sudur Bodham means the ultimately indicated point of the Veda is very tough to understand. Second, Pranendriya Manomayam, how it expresses, it is there in the Nabhi as the Prana Shakti, it comes in the Mana as Sankalpa, and it expresses through the Indriyas as Karma. शब्द संकल्प एंड कर्म इन द प्राण नाभि प्राण के रूप में शब्द के रूप में और प्राण के रूप में फ्रॉम द नाभि हियर इट इज सेड प्राण प्राण के रूप दैट ओनली टेक्स पोजिशन ऑफ संकल्प इन द मन दैट ओनली टेक्स पोजिशन ऑफ कर्म इत्यादि फ्रॉम द इंद्रियास दैट्स ऑल वेद वेद का ही एक्सप्रेशन है सब देन अनंतपारम देयर इज नो एंड फॉर इट how Anantaparam of Veda means what? You cannot say having known some things that we have known. That's why even great saints, they have reached the Brahma Jnanam, but still, even after reaching Brahma Jnanam, still they keep on expanding only in the conscious level. They become more and more available, expand more and more to be able to cater to need of more jivas. More evolution is still happening. Endless is the evolution that is happening in the cosmos. Yaad rakhna. Mukti will come once you know Aham Brahmasmi. But in that also, after that also, in their own inner evolution of different type required to serve the world, the thing is going on, going on, going on. Like you see so many Brahmagyanis are, they tell the Aham Brahma Anubhava, but to ask them about Upanishads, उनको नहीं आता. Some people know one Upanishad, do know two, दो, सबको तीन पता है. Some may not know that prakriya of knowing the truth because they have not used their intellect or not studied that book. In this way, Anantapara means what? Shoreless, endless are the Vedarashi. Ananto vai Vedaha. Remember that. Ananto vai Vedaha. Of that 0.001% is available now. बाकी सब लुप्त हो गया because we are insulting them. They are not using them. Okay. Anantapara means endless shore. Then Gambhira means very deep. It is like the ocean. Endless is the shore. Endless is the depth also. Gambhiram. Hmm. You yourself, when you study Veda now, one meaning comes. After 10 years, when you study, the deeper meaning comes. Veda has that deeper meaning, but revealing to us when we mature, like Gita also. Like now, when we study on Bhagavad Gita, with the background of Upanishadic knowledge, which we are studying from last 2 years, Gita interpretation of every shloka will be different for us now. And was that meaning not there when we studied that time 20 years back? It was there, but we were not aware because we were not evolved. When we evolve, the deeper meanings get revealed to us. Very interesting it is. That's called as Gambhiram. Very Gambhira, very, very deep, very Gambhira. Then finally, Durvigahyama. It is very difficult for reveling in that, for entering into that and swimming through that and saying that I have done it. बिकॉज ऑफ ऑल दिस थ्री ये गंभीर भी है और ये अनंत पारम भी है और सुदूर बोधम है सुदूर बोधम मीन्स वी डोंट नो वेयर द ओशन हैज गॉट दैट बर्मुडा ट्रायंगल वेयर इट विल पुल अस डाउन बहुत मुश्किल है ओशन में यू कैन बी एट द बीच दैट्स ऑल दैट आल्सो व्हिच इज ऑथराइज्ड लिटिल गो इनसाइड ना आपको पता नहीं चलेगा 2 कदम के फर्क में ही there will be 20 meters depth, it will pull you down only. That is called as Sudurbodham. So too is called Gambhiram. And you want to cross the other side, Anantaparam. This is how Samudravata these Vedas. Therefore, little bit you know and say you know everything and only follow that and say that this is what is Veda. Follow Shruti Pushpita Vakya said, they tell us to do karma upasana. मैं उससे खुश हूँ मैं करी जा रहा हूँ और यही फाइनल है ऐसा it shows our own immaturity. Whenever we say about Jnana or Shastras that I have known everything and there's nothing more to know, it shows our own ignorance. We know only a drop. The entire humanity, mankind from creation onwards till now, whatever they have known knowledge, which is called actually Veda, is very micro only. To be known is so much. To be known is so much. You understand about the anatomy, physiology. Doctors say that they have known. Not everything. About every part of the body, doctors को थोड़ा थोड़ा अब पता हो रहा है. And how much ever they know, the how aspect it will, they will know science may, but the why aspect they can never understand. Sudurbodham. Shabda Brahma, Sudurbodham. Therefore, all of us put together also know very little about. And in modern language, the more you know about the lesser thing, you are called as specialized. The more you know about the lesser thing. You know, do you know the entire body is a general medicine? Now only ears I know, then is called as ENT specialist. In the ENT wala bhi, फिर there में he will not see the left ear. He says only right ear is mine. Left वाला उन्होंने. So about the left, he the other fellow did. I did only right ear study. इसमें फर्क है. In the right ear also there is externa and interna. I only study the external part of the ear. Internal I know. I don't know. तो ओटाइटिस इंटरना पढ़ने वाले मेरे रहते हैं, तो दूसरे रहते हैं, ये एक्सटर्ना वाले अलग. So the more you know about the lesser things, you are specialized. You know, in the heart also, I know only left ventricle. I don't know right ventricle. They are say only that they call the other person. Because in knowledge in that is so much, your 20 years of study is sufficient, only not even sufficient to know only one part of it. ज्ञान की बात आप देखो ना, Sudurvodam. Everywhere now yoga asanas. It is endless. यूनानी इज endless. आयुर्वेद है. आप करते जाओ अनंत रहेगा. खगोल शास्त्र खत्म होता है क्या कभी? भूगोल शास्त्र खत्म हो जाएगा क्या? खनिज शास्त्र खत्म हो जाएगा क्या? Do can you say that I have known everything on metallurgy? You can't say. Any arts, can you say it is end of it? These are all jnanam. Jnanam is Veda. And one thing you remember, the universe is keeping on modifying, improving, expanding. For improving it, modifying, expanding it, the knowledge also going on improving, expanding, modifying. And to know that the jivas have to increase their own knowledge. It's not the same. The earth is from what it was 1 year back, 5 years back, 1,000 years back, 10,000 years back. It going every flora, everything changing. What was the food 200 years back? You can't eat now. And this today's food, if you had given those people, they also would have not digested. सब बदल रहा है, उसके अनुसार सब ज्ञानम भी बदल रहा है. That's why in medicine you see every 6 months, 1 year they change. The International Forum of Doctors, they change the things. The latest trend is 16 hours you have to keep fasting. You have to have 8 hour or 9 hourly cycle. That's all. Other time you leave free for the stomach to be empty. That's what already said Lankanam Paramaushadam. Anyway, something will come later on because the system of the body is changing. The study depends on that. Then they come out with those things. अब कहते हैं बहुत पानी पी लो, बाद में तो पानी पीना ही नहीं. They will say that. Now they say for vitamin D you stand in sunlight. But when the heat grows of the temperature of the globe, he say धूप में नहीं खड़े होना. It's all changing all the time. Nothing same. So knowledge also is going on expanding, expanding, infinite. So you can't know everything that way. Keep that in mind. So ऊपर ऊपर पढ़ के सब कुछ समझा. You can't say like Upanishads we are studying. I tell you myself guarantee. 2-3 साल से हम पढ़ रहे हैं. Not even clearly. First word Ishavasam Idagam Sarvam also not thoroughly deeply understood by me. I am openly saying that. Yes, we have spoken on that with Bhashyam. All that did, that was a child's effort, innocent effort. But to be frank, none of the depths are understood. It will take time. We have patience. We know we are at very low ebb level of trying to study. So कोई घबराहट भी नहीं, कोई ego भी नहीं, कोई guilt भी नहीं है. That is what are our equipments today. They can reveal to us only this much. As we become refined, matured in our intellects, understanding will grow. है कि नहीं? That's how it is. Now, मयोपबृंहितं भूम्ना ब्रह्मणानन्तशक्तिना भूतेषु घोषरूपेण विशेषूर्णेव लक्ष्यते. So this Veda Rashi, Veda, Mula Veda, it is there in Ghosha Rupa in all the beings. All the beings में नाद रूप में वेद है. See, Nadam and Vedam, they go together. Veda Vyaktikarana is through Nadam. Nadam, I said no, four levels are there. The Vaikhari Nadam, which I am talking now. The Madhyama Nadam, before I talk, the thoughts that are there in my mind. Then Pashyanti Nadam is in the Vasana Rupa, Karana Rupa, all this is there is Pashyanti level. It's called as Pashyanti Nadam. Beyond that is called as Paranadam, the primordial, where the Paramatma is entering to express as Shabda. Atyanta Sukshma Rupa it is. So, in this way, in every being, that Nada is their Veda only. Now, remember, depending on that person, Dehendriya Manobuddhyadi's capacity, that Nada is taking shape of different sankalpas, different activities, different, what do you say, emotions. A sankalpa, activity, emotion. Sankalpa of the buddhi, emotion of the mana, activity of the indriya. ये सब that शब्द का ही expression है. That shabda is Veda. That Nada. Remember, the Veda and Nada and Shabda are same. The Nada and Shabda only is expressing as one place activity through Ajnana Indriyas, another place as the emotions in the mind, knowledge in the intellect level. Depending on is using them. Like one electricity only expresses as different in different equipments. So he says here, wonderful thing, Maya Bhumna, Maya Brahmana, Maya Ananta Shaktina, Upabrahmitam. उपब्रह्मितम घोष रूपेण भूतेषु विशेष ऊर्णेव शब्द ब्रह्म और वेद लक्ष्यते. The Shabda, Brahma or Veda are found in all the beings in these four levels of Ghosha. Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama and Vaikhari Rupa. And who is the source of that? Me only. Who are you? Bhuma. What is Bhuma? The one who is non-conditional. Unconditional, infinite is called Bhumna. Then Ananta Shaktina, I am that Ananta Shakti. And this Ananta Shakti, all pervading, unlimited me, in Vedanta Upanishad Bhasha, is called as Brahma. So I, the Brahma, with my Ananta Shakti, who is undivided or unlimited by any means. So me only, Upabrahmanam, means expressing in every being as Ghosha Rupa. That's what we said yesterday. Every cell is making its own sound in every body. So to every part is making its own sound. So to the universe, the sun, the moon, the star, all of them have the Ghosha in them. The Ghosha in them is the Veda. That Veda is nothing but Paramatma's Upabrahmanam only. Paramatma is who? Is Bhuma, is Ananta Shakti. That Bhuma Ananta Shakti Paramatma in Vedas called as Brahma Tattva, Parabrahma Tattva. So, in the Laya Prakriya, we'll merge the Vaikari in the Madhyama, Madhyama in the Pashyanti, Pashyanti in Para, the Paravani in that Brahma Tattva, whose nature is Satchit. That's it. Full stop. Satchit Swarupa. And Satchit is Ananta, therefore it is Ananda. In the Laya Prakriya, that's what done. Not an easy thing, but I'm telling this is how they spend years, lives together in trying to achieve it. Okay. Now, in this way, Maya Upabrahmitam, Maya Bhumna, Maya Brahmana, Maya Ananta Shaktina, Bhuteshu Ghosha Rupena, Biseshu Urneva, Tantuvato. Yesterday we said, like in that, the lotus trunk, lotus, what is the पीछे वाला जो डंडा है, उसमें दो ऊर्ण होता है the threads की तरह. Means outside you only see that nalam of the lotus, but you start opening it, you see so much urna in that. In the same way, one nada only comes as a nalam. Then from that urna rupena, so many things come out. So many rupas it takes. First rupa is Omkara. Second rupa is Oma. Third rupa is modification in the auma in so many permutation combination. From that are made the vowels, then the consonants, then the conjunct consonants. Then they are joined with all the grammar. Then they become grammatical. Then they to them the vibhaktis are added, the pratyas are added, the tenses are added, the singular plural are added, the genders are added. That's how the entire named world is named. The entire world which is named has got names this way. इस तरह से वेद सब जो आपको किताब रूप में आज मिल रहे हैं, उनकी जेनेसिस इस तरह से है. Parabrahma only in the Nada Rupa. Nada is the symmetric silent Omkara. Oma only Aum, Auma. And then Auma, when it is twisted by the Sankalpa of the Jiva, it goes on taking different shapes. That's how the language of the entire universe have come. Each one language is different. But सब मुख से आ रहे हैं, सब शब्द के ही expression है. It's funny, in India only there are 6,000 languages, they say. सब जगह के मिलाकर thousands of languages. Language we talk about, in each language, how many words are there? For them, they are pratipadartha, they are nanartha, synonyms or antonyms, or you say similarities are there, or pronouns are there. अब कितने बने सारे शब्द? ये कहाँ से आए फिर? Paramatma. That's why I said Shabda Brahma Sudurbodham. And so funny, what Japanese say, what Indians, what Germany say, what Italians say, what Americans say, अलग अलग होता है. In India, every state, 18 or 19 languages are approved as what do you say, official languages. But non-declared are so many. और उसमें हर एक का अपना vocabulary होता है. In Tamil Nadu, there are 10 types of Tamil speaking. In Andhra, Telangana, there are 20 types of speaking. Not the same one. If you go to tribal area, their Telugu is different. Villages, there's different. Highly developed town, there is 90% English, 10%, 5% Hindi, 5% Telugu. क्या हो रहा है पूरा? Anyway, point is not that. This is understood by me, who is a Bhuma, who is unlimited, who is called as Brahma, who is Ananta Shakti. Upabrahmitam means what? My me is pushed into, is this Veda and Ghosha in all the beings. Upabrahmana means pushing it, making manifest as. Brahmana means Brahma, who is infinite. That infinite Brahma, a specific way expressing is Upabrahmana. That specific way Upabrahmana is the Shabda. So the soundless, formless Parabrahma, from him only. Later on, to bring out the forms, before the forms came, the sound is being manifested from it, from me only. And that's why you hold on to the Nadam, it takes to such a silence, that silence is Paramatma. From the silence only the sound came. Shanti Maha, उसमें शब्द से all this world came. All these are, we'll study in the Brihadaranyaka and Chandogya Upanishads very detailedly. नाद की बात कहते हैं वहां. Now these three slokas, यथोर्णनाभिर्हृदयात् ऊर्णामुद्वमते मुखात् आकाशात् घोषवान् प्राणः मनसा स्पर्शरूपिण छन्दोमयोऽमृतमयः सहस्रपदवीं प्रभुः ओङ्कारात् व्यञ्जितस्पर्श स्वरोष्मान्तस्थभूषितां विचित्रभाषा विशतां छन्दोभिश्चतुरुत्तरैः अनन्तपारां बृहतीम् सृजति आक्षिपते स्वयं. So we'll study it from backside, then it will understand. What is that? Anantaparam bruhatim srujati akshipate swayam. Paramatma only. Anantapara means endless, shoreless. And bruhati is countless. In this way, shabdas or languages are srujati, are created. Then akshipate means it is dissolved back again. And this is at the final level what? Vichitra bhasha vishatam. Vichitra bhasha means number of bhashas are many, and in each bhasha the varieties are many. And the varieties in each bhasha, for example Samskrita, it is called a chandobihi. And the chandas also chaturuttaraihi. So four letters added to the earlier chanda. That's how 11 chandas have come. That will be said in the next shloka. So the in Sanskrit Bhasha, 11 chandas. First one with these many Gayatri, with these many letters in that. Next one will have 4 more added, etc., etc. In this way, endlessly, various languages have formed, and when the time of dissolution come, they all get dissolved into him. So both way, Srujati, it is created, Akshapati, it goes back. What Veda? In the form of sounds. Sounds, all of them indicate some of the forms. The whole world is name and form. Therefore, Nama Rupatmaka Jagat came from Rupa Nama only. Nama came from Om. Om came from Shabda. Shabda came from Paramatma. These are all to be discovered on the seat of meditation. Nada Dhyanam is different path. In that, all these are detailedly taught. We have never studied all that. Now, right from beginning. Example, Yatha Urananabihi Hrudayat Urnam Udvamate Mukhat. So, from its own Hrudaya, through the mouth, the Urnanabi throws out the Urna, the thread, then it does whatever it has to do. Then once it gets shifted or transferred, it takes all the Urnam to the mouth, through the mouth, through the heart into that. Heart means becoming one with it. In the heart only Aham, Aham, Aham is there. In the heart, Aham, Aham is there for us to perceive. Please remember. One that reaching to the heart we do and discover that Aham there, suddenly we see this Aham alone is everywhere there. You know that Aham is explained as it is the center everywhere with circumference nowhere. Anywhere you see center, the Aham Aham only. And there's no circumference around, like a circle with center and circumference cycle. This Aham is such one, it is the circle center is only one point. But the circumference also in its own particular zone, when you take that and the diameter karoge, utna hi hai, beyond nahi hota. But for the Paramatma Tattva, center is everywhere, circumference is nowhere. It's a different mathematics. One should discover him in the Hrudaya, but he is the one available at the Hrudaya Akasha for us. That's how the Lord is seated in the heart for us to become introverted to catch him. Once you catch him, he is everywhere there. So, Urnam Udamavate Hrudayat, example, first you understand. Okay. In the same way now, Akashat means what? From the Akash. ये परमात्मा के आकाश हृदय आकाश से कहो या हमारे हृदय आकाश से कहो. Say our own हृदय आकाश. Akasha means हृदय आकाशात. What happens first of all? Ghoshavan pranaha. So the Ghoshavan, the sound comes out. The prana is this Hiranyamaya, Hiranya Garbha Paramatma. Hiranyagarbha is there expressing as totality macro, expressing in the individuality micro. What you call Hiranyagarbha there is called as the Taijasa here, the Sukshma Sharira in us. Either you understand in the Vyashti or understand the Samashti same. So here let us say he's talking about Samashti, Yat Pinde Tat Brahmande, so Samashti ka aap samajh lo, same thing is happening in the Vyashti also. Therefore, one you understand, the other is easily understandable. So the Prana means Hiranyagarbha only. From his own Hrudaya, what is he doing? Ghoshavana, the sound, Udvamahate, he is sending it out to. And this one is who? Chandomayaha Amrutamayaha. The Lord who is the Atma of the Vedas, the Lord who is immortal, he himself as a Hiranyagarbha. The Hiranyagarbha from his own heart, like the spider, throws out the urna from its heart through the mouth. So to Hiranyagarbha from his own heart is expressing this Ghosha. And I said earlier, Omkarat. First expression of that Hiranyagarbha's Hridaya Ghosha is Om. That Hiranyagarbha in Pauranika Bhasha is called as Brahmadeva. Brahmadeva and Hiranyagarbha are same, please remember. That is why we see कि ओंकारश्चात शब्दश्च द्वावेव ब्रह्मणपुरा कंठम भित्वा विनिर्यातौ तस्मात् मांगलिक उभौ करके what sound came from the Brahma, what revealed to him in the beginning is Om and Atha. Onkara Shabda revealed to him and he uttered also Onkara. Yo Veda Adau Swaraha Proktaha. Veda Antecha Pratishtitaha. That Swara is called Omkara. Omkara is not what we chant Om. It is very grossest expression. Here Om talked is about Atyanta Sukshma. We can say that is Amatra Omkara we can call it, according to Mandukya, where from which the Uma have not yet manifested. Amatra Omkara. All the Uma are in the, what is a Bija Rupa in that, not yet manifest. That Omkara we can say. So Omkarat. So far what is understood? First Urananavi example. In the same way, in the pairs of Urananavi, it is Hiranyagarbha. Urananavi is Hridaya, Hiranyagarbha is Hridaya. From the Hridaya through the mouth of Urananavi, the thread is coming out to Urnam. So too from a Brahma Devas, Hiranyagarbhas, Navik Akasha Hridaya, what's coming out is Omkara. It's the beginning. So Omkarat. Then from the Omkara only, all these come. What is that? Vyanjita Swara Ushma Antastha Bhushita. That Omkara only slowly gets many-fold expressed as Vyanjanas. Vyanjana means the consonants. Swara means all the vowels. Then in that Ushma Antastha, the Ushmas are one sort of words. They are called as Shva, Sha, Saha. Antastha are Ya, Ra, La, Va. Then Halanta is Ha. So these are all the letters which are modifications of the Omkara only. We must know that very, very clearly. Then this from him in this way, Chandomayaha, Vedamayaha, Amrutamayaha, the immortal, that Lord Prabhu, from his heart, this Omkara and its expression as Swara Vyanjana come. Okay, the Swara Vyanjana also universally one, but each people add different language to people, little bit modify करके वो अपना alphabets अपना language बनाते हैं. But basically, the vowels and consonants in the beginning are one. Little modified, maybe different languages. So then sparsha rupina. What are the sparshas? The different letters only it manifests as. Then the word here one use is what? Sahasra Padavi Prabhu Omkara Dvendya Sparsha Untasta. Then how all of them happen? Manasa. Manasa means the mana working there, doing its sankalpa. Because of the sankalpa only, the nada expresses as all the sparshas, swaras, vyanjanas, and in the vyanjanas, antastha and ushma ityadi. Entire things are before the words are made. You know? See, we understand when somebody speaks. He speaks a sentence. Sentence is a combination of words. Words have their own meaning. वो बात की बात. But every word has letters. And all the letters are nothing but fall in this category of alphabets only. Ushmasu, Swarasu, Antastasu, Vyanjanas. And mainly as Swara Vyanjana, vowel and consonants. In the Vyanjana, again, all the Vargas are there, Kachata Tapa Varga, then Halantas are there, then I have said Antastas are there. Then you talk in English, you call as palatals and dentals and nasals. Some words they are there. I don't study that much of grammar either in English or in any language, but touch a little bit. Labials, dentals, palatals, अच्छे कुछ है English grammar वाले. I studied my education Telugu medium, not in English. So in this way, they all are expressing. Who is making is Manasa. The Sankalpa of Paramatma only is making the Omkara, the primordial Dhvani or Gosha, into all these letters. This is how it is happening. Then after that, Swara, Vyanjana are available. Then like your children, nowadays so much sophistication modern, you give these many some vichitra things looking same to the children. And then you show the book to the workbook. In that work, the 10 types of drawings are there. They may be vehicles, they may be fruits. Now, these things which are assorted given to the child, looking at them, he will have to assemble them. When he assembles them, कोई गधा बनेगा, कोई घोड़ा बनेगा, कोई हाथी बनेगा, कोई कार बनेगा, कोई ट्रेन बनेगा, कोई बिल्डिंग बनेगा. With those 30-40 only, so many things are made. With the same thing, you can make truck, you can make a ship, you can make a aircraft, you can make a car, you can make a bike. That is how nowadays, for entertaining the children, they are made. But the things are same. Your genius, how do you mold it? In the same way, Swara, Antastha, Vyanjana, all of them are same. Then every person in the every category people of different languages, they brought out their languages using the same. So Vichitra Bhasha Vidatam. So these aksharas only combined have become Shabdas of Vichitra Bhasha. And in that we talk about Vedanta or Veda or Sanskrit Bhasha, in that Chandaha, the meters. Uttarottarai Chaturbihi, there have come level Chandas. Each one, first one has these many aksharas, then four letters are kept on added to that from the first till the last one. In this way, in those Chandas, in the combination of these words, the aksharas, the words came out. Words were given meaning. And sometimes the word and meaning of the word never have any relation. Sometimes, many a time, it's only Sanskrita is the language where the meaning and the word are very nearby. Like khaga, they say. Why they khaga? Khe gacchati iti khagaha. Khe means akasham. It moves in akasha, there is a khaga is called. Bhujaga, why bhujayam gacchati? It goes with its shoulder, therefore the snake is called bhujanga. Pakshi is called vihanga, because vihati hanti gacchati. In the space, it hops and moves, therefore it is called as vihangam. Many of the words in Sanskrit have the meaning in them only etymologically. In other language, pot, POT, what is the relation between pot, POT, the word, the letters and the pot there? कोई संबंध ही नहीं है, नियरेस्ट भी नहीं है वो. Is a tree, TREE, tree. This TREE tree, the letters and the word and the standing fellow tree, no sambandha only. In Sanskrit, vrukshaha, vrushchanat vrukshaha, because it can be cut, that's called as vruksha. देखो, तरल रूपेण गच्छति इति तरंगम. Softly, smoothly it moves. Therefore, that position of wave is water is called wave. In other language, you don't have that sophistication. Yeah. But then anyway, they made that's how in all languages, first language is taught to children. Then only what each one is saying in that language they understand. But all languages have letters. All letters are manifestation of Om only. In the Sanskrit language, they are all in the Chandas form. So this much. तो like दोरणनामी फर्म हिरण्यगर्भा संकल्प से उन्हीं के हृदय से ओंकार आकर वही ओंकार उन्हीं के मन के संकल्प से स्वर व्यंजन उष्म अंतस्थ in this rupa it has got. Then that assorted things are used by everyone to make their own languages. Therefore, all languages are nothing but Shabda. All Shabda are nothing but Omkara. Omkara is nothing but Veda Rupa Paramatma. And remember, from Veda Rupa Paramatma, through the Omkara, when the Aksharas came, combination of Aksharas gave the words. Combination of words gave sentence. Remember, what is sentence ultimately? Again conveying, again meaning only, again knowledge only, again Veda only. So the initial was the unmanifest Veda in the form of Paramatma. Then later on, the manifested Veda in the form of Nama Rupa Jagat. Because जगत का रूप भी नाम भी जानना ही पड़ता है, तभी उसका मतलब होता है. और जानने के लिए we don't have that subtle meditative poise to transcend mana, indriya and vani to know the truth. Therefore, we are given this Veda or the knowledge perceivable through the senses and the antakarana. ये expressed Veda है. That inner thing is unexpressed Veda. So Paramatma is unexpressed in the form of any Shabda Rupa. That is his form. That is ultimate Veda. इसलिए at that level Paramatma is Veda Swarupa. That Veda Swarupa in morning Vedanta classes or other Vedanta class called as Shuddha Chaitanya Swarupa. Jnana Swarupa. Gneyam, Vigneyam. The word which we are very familiarly using nowadays in our Mandukya Upanishad. So here Vichitra Bhasha Vitatam, short, then Chandobihi Chatur Uttarottaraihi. In that Bhasha, Chandasas are there. We talk about Chandas in Sanskrit only, and it has got this much first Chanda Gayatri Chanda, then usko char add karke baki Chandas bane hai. Then each of the Rishi that we added and expanded the Chandas, and in that beautiful Chanda, he started writing his own poetry. Means poetry expressed through them. Means the knowledge expressed in the form of words for making it to convey from one person to the other. Finally, every word is a meaning. Every word is meaning is a knowledge. Every knowledge is an experience only finally. Yeah. Then Anantaparam, that's what it started with. Endless way. Bruhatim, bigger way. Srujati, this is how the Hiranyagarbha only manifests the variety of languages at the time of Srishtikala. Then Akshipate, he takes back when the Srishti dissolves. So, and the first day before we spoke about, we talked about the language of human beings. There are languages of the trees also, they mutually talk. The birds, the animals, the insects. You see, दो चींटियां वो उधर से आने वाला इधर से आने वाला. You never see those चींटी go without talking to each other. It is only microsecond, but that is enough for them. हाय हेलो कहाँ जा रहे हो? ये लेफ्ट जाना, राइट नहीं, सच लेफ्ट नहीं जाना. एक आदमी है वहाँ, वो चींटियों के लिए गैमेक्सिन डाल रहा है, राइट पे जाना. This fellow will tell that fellow something. So they have their own language, listenable to them only. The language of elephants, they have their own. The tigers, lions, you can see in that zoological park, those big शेर अलग अलग दिखते हैं वैसे. कभी मिलके रखा तो they do that roaring and talking to each other. And in all the streets you can see the dogs. एक बंदा कोई शक मिजाज आया है तो that dog shouts so that the end of the village that dog also knows one fellow is coming, be careful about him. ये कुछ भी हो सकता है, तैयार रहना अटैक करने को. Understood that? This is how the languages have come out. Oh, okay. So, mm, so what is simply to understood the meaning of these four slokas? From my Hridaya or from Hiranyagarbha's Hridaya? With the sankalpa of the mana, the Chaitanya Jnana Atma only, through the means of Para Pashyanti, before it becomes Vaikarivani, at the Mano level, in the form of Sankalpa, the Madhyama Vani, when it comes, there it dichotomizes as all this Swara and Vyanjana. Those Swara and Vyanjana, because the familiarity of the language which we are educated in, takes those shapes. We talk those words, that's familiar to the other people also. They listen to them and they come to the same meaning. Is it not? Hum chalte hain. When I say this, how this sound has come, if you understand what is said here is understood. And when I say hum chalte hain, these connotation it listens to your ears. First you become happy and you clap because you are happy when Swami is going away. But you understand the meaning. हम चलते हैं. श्री राम जी कहते हैं अब हम चलते हैं बाबा, हो गया काम होने का, रुकना नहीं माय डियर विभीषण. Is it not? It is in Sanskrit. Sanskrit we don't know. We know English commonly. So what is there in Sanskrit? I am translating in English and telling you. You are understood. So think from my own Hridaya where Paramatma is there. Okay. That Paramatma only नॉट नोन बिकेम जीवा, दैट इज टोटलिटी में हिरण्यगर्भ का हो. उस जीव के जो भी संकल्प है उस संकल्प के अनुसार ही परमात्मा ही शब्द रूप में पहले ओंकार में, दैट ओंकार इटसेल्फ इज इनटू ऑल दीज वॉवेल्स कॉन्सोनेंट्स कंजंक्ट ऑल दैट दे एक्सप्रेस. Then the combination of them becomes the words and sentences. And why it is said endless? Because the more and more new things come, you have to name them more and more. It's not end of the things that are there. नए नए how भी create किए जा रहे हैं. आप see, it was corona, then how many names have come, latest Omicron, now XZ variant, two cases in India, one in Gujarat, one is Bombay. नया चीज आया तो नया नाम देना पड़ रहा है ना. See, every time the tufan comes, cyclone, that is named. They have a group of countries to whom that comes, each one is given a chance each time. So they name that. Something they give. कोई पंछी का नाम देते हैं. Hudhud was the name of a bird. They gave that word. New things come, new names have to be created. Is it not? Through the combination of these plantation also, new jatis or prajatis are coming. They are newly named. To name newly, you have to bring the letters in different form together. Funny it is the whole world. Like a new star is discovered. It is named. New galaxy is discovered. It is named there. न्यू स्पीशीज डिस्कवर्ड, इट इज नेम्ड, एंड दे आर गोइंग ऑन कमिंग. जैसे कुछ जातियां खत्म हो रहे, नए भी उत्पन्न हो रहे. Even the matter also, all the mula padartha, they also are getting modified through combinations, alloys, whatever you call, because depending on the need of the creation, need of the jivas in the creation, नाम देना पड़ता है उनको. Clear? Now, through these words only the knowledge is conveyed, emotions are conveyed, orders are given, orders are executed, then the responses, reactions, ये सारे ये शब्द ही है. Sometimes you will not express vocally, but you show through your facial expression. But the facial expression indicates the sankalpa in your mind. That is at the mana level, that is the vani, is a madhyama vani level. Gussa, when you are making your eyes twisted and face like frowning, that shows your mind is making the shabda of the gussa. It is not expressed through the mouth, but at facial level. Some people don't even show at the face level also, but inside they goes on grumping only. The word grumping, the grumpy mind, grumbling mind inside. They didn't show outside. Many bahus toward their mother-in-law like that. Nowadays it's the other way around. Many shishyas toward their guru, grumbling, grumping inside. They don't say outside. Outside, namaskar, Guruji. So this is how, my dear, the Shabda Rashi has come out, from where the every Veda mantras have come. So here we are trying to understand it from the book published Vedas. But the publication of Veda in the form of book is a very later period developed. In the beginning stage, as I told you, there are no concept of books only. It's only vocal communication by the guru to the disciple. Memory of the disciple is so powerful, he will remember it. There's no kitab, kalam की कोई जरूरत ही नहीं थी उन दिनों में. So at that time, remove all the printing, all these things. You can understand what is said here thoroughly. That Guru from his own heart, through the Omkara, manipulating the words and telling this to disciple. In the beginning, disciple doesn't know. Then he is told. Like the child is told, Amma. Amma means this lady. Then he understands his mother. Then the daddy, Nana. All these different languages they are taught. They are told also. This is called pen. This is called pencil. So this is called horse. All that fellow doesn't know. The रूप को नाम दिया जाता है. Then he becomes familiar. Then whenever you show that one, then he says, yes, devotee. Then some of them teach their own parts of the body a little children. Then beta बताओ तुम्हारा नाक किधर है? He shows each one and they become so happy. That fellow become nosy now. Where are your ears? He shows ear. And he feels so happy. I could show my ear. And mother also happy. मैंने इसको कान सुना दिया आज. And then that is enough. In the beginning, he said, throughout the life, he knows these are ears, eyes, and nose. He is trained. Knowingly some, unknowingly many, the children learn. What they are learning? The Shabda Jalam. For what? To convey their emotions, to convey their decisions, to convey their responses, their knowledges, their experiences, because they need the words to express. This is how it is happening. Now, in this Chandas, we said no, each one having 4 letters extra than the earlier one. First and foremost, Gayatri Chandaha. उसमें 15 या 16 what you call them matras are there. Tat saviturvarenyam bhargo devasya dhimahi. Exactly 12, 3, 15. 15 letters, right? Correctly I said. Then go on adding 4, next to chandas come. What are they? Just for our information, Bhagavan Krishna mentioned here. And in these chandas, the Vedas are written. And in these chandas, when the Vedas are written, they are in the Shabda Rupa. And all the Shabda and Vakya have particular meanings to convey. अब पहले तो हम इन सबको समझे व्याकरणम छंदः ज्योतिषम निरुक्तम, then only we understand Veda. That is why it is anantaparam gambhiram durvigahyam. Now we understand why it is said. This is the reason. Any language for that matter, if you don't know the vocabulary, if you don't know the grammar and all, you can't understand. If South Indian goes to North India, North वाला South जाए, वो क्या बोल रहे पता ही नहीं चलता वहाँ. Anantaparam gambhiram. Then he needs to sit for 1 year, then one by one letter he'll have to understand. So first is Gayatri, then Ushnika. उष्णिक छंद is 4 letters matras more than Gayatri. Then उससे 4 ज़्यादा है अनुष्टुप छंद. Little more 4 added is anushtup. Then through the anushtup 4 letters are added. It is called Bruhati chanda. For the Bruhati 4 you add, it is called Pankti. For the Pankti chanda you add 4, it is called Trishtup. For the Trishtup chanda you add 4, it is called Jagati. For Jagati को 4 add करो अति छंदः. अति छंद को 4 add करो अति अष्टि. And अति अष्टि you add 8 for अति जगत. To अति जगत 4 you add अति विराट. These are the 11 chandas. Gayatri, Ushnik, Anushtup, Broti, Pankti, Trishtupo, Jagati, Ati Chanda, Atyashti, Ati Jagatu, Ati Virat. In these Chandas, entire Chaturveda mantras are there. Okay? Now these two shlokas are very, very interesting one. Very interesting. I'll tell little bit. Tomorrow we'll touch 10 minutes. Then we go into the next chapter also. So Bhagavan says here, Kim vidhatte kimachaste kimanudya vikalpayeta iti asya hrudayan loke nanyo madveda kaschana. In the heart of the Vedas, what exactly is there? Other than me, nobody knows. Finally, what is in the heart of the Veda. Therefore, whoever are blessed by the Lord, deserving those blessings by being a devotee of God, to him the Veda reveals what it contains in the heart. In and through all this 11 chanda made variety of the mantras or slokas. That way he says, what are the things? Kim vidhatte. So, in that Vedas, what is that which is indicating the karma kanda, or karma kanda is indicating what sort of action and what sort of result. Vidhatte means vidhi vidhan. And what vidhi vidhana and to whom at what time, for what purpose. So to kimachaste means what is the guidance suggestion the Veda is giving at what place as upasana. है ना, कर्म कांडा उसका उद्देश्य उसका लक्ष्य, उपासना कांडा उसका उद्देश्य उसका लक्ष्य. किम विधत्ते is विधि विधान, it's always karma rupa. Achaste means it's a suggestion, it's a guidance. Suggestion and guidance is always in the form of the worship and upasana. So kim vidatte means which karma kanda for what purpose, kim achaste means upasana for what purpose. Then kim anudya vikalpayeto, then what is finally the jnanam it is trying to convey, and to convey which jnanam in what way it is guiding. कहीं लॉजिक बताते हैं, कहीं एग्जाम्पल बताते हैं, कहीं परोक्ष रूप में बताते हैं. किम अनुद्य विकल्प ये तो, किम अनुद्य मीन्स कि what wanting to convey, it is just putting like Upanishad mantras. They are all saying in different manners, indicating to us Tattvamasi Mahavakya, through that the Brahmatma Ekata. In this way, iti asyaha hrudayam. Like this, the hrudayam of the Veda, na anya mad Veda kashana. Other than me, nobody else will be able to know. Only I can know. Therefore, only to a devotee, the Veda Jnana is revealed one thing. Now, anyway, you said Kimidatte, Kimachaste, Kimanudya, Vigalvayan. Can you tell me for my information? Lord says in the last question, last shloka, okay, for your information, I am telling you, though you don't know it, but you have to know it finally. Kim Vidatte, the answer is Mam Vidatte. In and through all the karma kanda, the lakshya of every karma kanda, Veda is indicating to me only, not the karma phalas of different lokas. They are intermediate. But actually those karma kanda only, when you do is a karma yoga without expecting of phala and without ego, that purifies antakarana, that makes you qualified for knowing me. Therefore, actually every karma kanda is giving vidhi vidhana ultimately to reach me. But everybody doesn't understand it. They think karma kanda only for doing yajna to get whatever they desire. That's why I said none other than me can know it. And who are blessed by me, they'll understand. So to kimachaste, mam abhidatte. In karma, in upasana kanda also, upasana is not done for reaching to upasana lokas only. All of them indicating again about me only. Through upasana, when you become devoted, when you become single pointed, with that I am indicated as the truth all pervading. So the achaste or abhidatte is also about me only. Then mam vikalpya apokhyate tu aham. Then it is speaking about me only. Vikalpa. Vikalpa means in the form of the samashti and vesti. In that also Ishvara, Hiranyagarbha, Viratu. In the Vesti also, Prajna, Taisa, Vishwa, ये सब विकल्प कहते हैं. These explanations which are there in Vedanta, final purpose indication of them is to indicate me. Now, once they indicate me, remember, like we are seeing in the morning class, and the listener also reaching to me, as he is going further to reach to me, coming nearer to reach me, all those earlier used things for him or trained things for him, they start getting dissolved. Finally, what happens? All these anudya apohyate or vipohyate, they become apohita. Means the guru is teaching tattva through variety of logics, examples, mantras. Through all of that, when you are understanding tattva and reaching to the tattva in experience through meditation, all the words used, all the example used, all of them get dissolved. उसका उतना ही पर्पस है. In the अनुभव परमात्मा, none of them are there. But to reach to Paramatma, they are conveyed. Like to make a person happy, you want to give love. So you manifest your words, your emotions, your examples, all that. Then when you do it, when the person is happy, then you stop talking. हो गया उसका काम. वो कहता भी है भाई बहुत बढ़िया खुशी हो गई मुझे, आपने जो बातें की उससे मेरा सारा दुख निकल गया. In the same way, to give us Atmanubhuti, Karma, Upasana, and this Vedanta Bhaga is given. As we are reaching to Paramatma, slowly they get dissolved. Finally, in Paramatma, other than Him, nothing is there, nothing is required. That's why Mam only Vidatte, Mam only Avidatte, then Mam only Vikalpa Apokhyate. Then Aham Etavan, I am this one, Veda Artha Shabdaha. See, वेद का अर्थ भी मैं हूं, वेद में जो यूज किए शब्द भी मैं हूं. माम आस्थाया भिदाम, taking me only as basis or substratum, on me only all the Vedas are created in which the guidance is given to know the truth. तो then finally क्या करते हैं भाई, ये सब अभी तक जो आपको कहा माया मात्रम इतम अनुद्या अंते, towards the end telling that everything is maya, and after telling it's maya pratishidya, everything is pratishedita, prasidati, where the Veda stops in giving us the experience of Atma. No, this is a big subject. That's what I said. I tried to convey to you. I know I spoke only 1%. In that 5%, you might have understood. This exclusively keep in mind we are studying about Vedas, where from they came, what it contains, what it conveys, what its purpose, is it permanent or will it end dissolve in itself in the revelation of the final truth. तो मेरे से ही निकला हुआ, ओंकार से निकला हुआ, शब्दराज से बना हुआ, वेद मंत्रों में दिया हुआ उपासना कांड, कर्म कांड और ज्ञान कांड मेरे पास ही पहुंचाकर उस जीव को ये सब डिजॉल्व होते हैं. वो जीव मेरे से एक होता है, प्रसीदति, देयर ही इज इन दैट ब्लिस, हाफ नोइंग द सेल्फ. And that same Guru, having experienced that, again from his own Atmanubhuti, he brings out Omkara, from the Omkara all the letters, from the letters all the Chandomaya shlokas, from with the help of those shlokas, he conveys variety of logics, variety of knowledge to the disciple to listen, understand, contemplate, meditate. As through contemplation meditation, when he is reaching to the core of himself, then I will tell him, "Beta, abhi tak jo kiya hai, it was only required thing at that level for you to push you. Now we are going so near to that. All these actually not real. Slowly drop them. In this way, Maya Matra Manudya Ante Ante Pratishidya Pratished Sabka Karke Prasidati." And mind you, at the final level of experience the self, that most important authority called as Veda, which has taken us up to that level, uska bhi pratished hota hai. Tatra Vedaha Avedaha Bhavanti. Because the Atma Anubhava is not depend on Vedas. It's not Shabdarash. It is Anubhava Gamya. It is Nitya, Shashvata. From the Atma Vastu called Paramatma, only Vedas came. Therefore, Vaha uska bhi न वेद यज्ञाध्ययन न दानैः न च क्रियाभिर्न तपोभिरुग्रैः एवं रूपहं शक्यं नु लोके द्रष्टुम तदन्येन कुरु प्रवीरा. अबाउट विश्वरूप भगवान सेड देयर, बट द एब्सोल्यूट ट्रुथ के लिए वेद की भी जरूरत नहीं. उसमें वेद भी नहीं है. तत्र वेदाः अवेदाः भवन्ति. वेद आर ओनली मीन्स एंड पर्पसेस टू रीच योरसेल्फ, but they are to be taken as final authority because they are foolproof things given to us by Bhagavan only through the rishis. If you don't hold on to them, you get misguided. Therefore, insistingly, we are told, hold on to this. Vedas are your authority. Final authority for sadhana to reach to Paramatma. In this way, iti इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमश्याम संहितायाम एकादश स्कंदे एकविंशोऽध्यायः. In the 21st chapter, we have taken good time to try to understand all these aspects. Now comes the 22nd. In this Tattva Sankhyanam will come. Uddhav will ask, how many are the tattvas which go in the making of the world? Some say 7, 11, 12, 17, 20, 25, 24, 31, 33, which is correct. Then Bhagavan gives. They only mainly these many tattvas. But mutual combinations say they have become many. In some places they merge and they reduce it. Concept is not that. Don't worry about how many tattvas. Beyond all these tattvas which make the world's name and form, there is one Paramatatma which is beyond. That should be our goal. And then why so many concepts or the philosophy schools talk about tattva each one differently. That's how they thought of. That's how they made it convenient for them. वो उनको अच्छा लगा अपने सिद्धांत को स्थापित करने के लिए, तो वो लोग कोई 25 कहे, कोई 32 कहे, कोई 64 कहे. Nothing to worry. That's not a big issue. There's only details. This is how the Purusha Prakriti Viveka and the counting of the tattvas will be explained to us in this huge chapter of 60 shlokas, chapter number 5. When we see this 22nd chapter, then we go to the 23rd, wherein the Bhikshu Gita is spoken. One of the very famous Vedanta Jnana is there in that Bhikshu Gita, a beautiful chapter around of a good number of shlokas of more than 60, 61. Then we again enter into Purusha Prakriti Viveka in the 24th chapter. Then comes the 25th one, in which Bhagavan will teach through Uddhava to all of us three gunas and their vrittis. They are said in each of the some other earlier topic in a lighter manner. यहाँ पूरा बताते हैं. Then the Aila Geetam, the Ila Putra, Urvashi Putra, who that also teaches about the Viveka Vairagya Vedanta. Then in the 27, Bhagavan, the devotion named Kriya Yoga he teaches. Not the Kriya Yoga which nowadays people talk about, but the Kriya Yoga according to Krishna. Finally, in the 28th chapter, Atma Tattva Nirupanam we are taught. And with this, almost it is over. In the 29th, few half of the chapter, Bhagavata Dharmas are taught. Then Uddhavji is doing Namaskar Pranam to the Lord, takes his permission, and he embarks to his journey towards Badrinath as ordered by Paramatma. Then comes in the 30th chapter that time of working of that Shapa, which we saw 7, 8, 9 months back in the beginning of 10th Skanda or 11th Skanda ke beginning mein, those Yaduvamshis, they start fighting with each other and they all die. Then in the 31st chapter, we will see in this very Skandam, the final portion of Bhagavan also slowly leaving this world. In this way, the Bhagavata guides us in this Skanda. We'll see. Sarvam Krishna Arpanam Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki Jai. Ab Valmiki Ramayana. Tomorrow classes will be as it is. During the classes only, we take Bhagavan Sri Ramanama, that is Ramanavami ki Karan.